Hey, what is up everyone? Finally I'm back on the channel. Thank you for being patient. I finally finished my bachelor paper, over 40 pages. I handed them in last week. What I needed was just a week of doing nothing. Yeah, so here we are, finally back with some new stuff. To bring things slowly back into movement on this channel, I thought I'd just do a little update video again and ask you guys what you want to see in the coming weeks and months. Of course, what's coming very soon is part 3 of the mod project of my RG. It's currently looking like this. I'm going to strip the paint very soon, and hopefully I can repair this huge dent. I don't think it's that deep into the wood actually. No big deal, I hope. I've got some wood filler already. I've test fitted the pickups, and these are not active pickup cavities, but they're still quite big. I have to see how it looks when everything is down and a bit more beautiful than it is right now. How the pickups actually sit in the cavity. If it doesn't look right, I'm just gonna leave it with pickup rings. Yeah, I know, I usually hate pickup rings, but for the sake of the look, there might be a better option. Regarding gear demos, I have nothing really in particular that I've planned, so tell me, what do you want to see? I've been eyeing the new Bias Guitar Mini, this little powered guitar head that fits in your backpack. I really want to try that out, and I'll see if I can get my hands on one. Oh, and secondly, I will probably have another Kiesel on the channel very soon. And this is going to be really sick. Oh yeah, and I've got my new car, finally. Been having it for 3 or 4 weeks now, I think. I've had some trouble with it. I'm trying to do a video this weekend about the car and talk a bit what happened and what it's like, and so you guys can actually see it and hear it. But yeah, it really deserves a separate video. I'm still not sure what this video is actually about. I plan to do a demo of Overloud, and I think we're gonna talk a bit about Overloud TH3 because it is just a killer VST. I completely switched over to Overloud. I'm not using anything else anymore to record guitars because I personally just found the perfect sound for me. So yeah, let's dig into that. So in this video, I'm not going to focus that much on how Overloud works and all the possibilities that it can do. I'm just going to quickly mention those, but it's mainly about how I use it for my recordings and for all my demos. So yeah, my signal chain looks as follows. I'm not just using TH3 only, but I'm using my Boss NS2 noise gate and my Seymour Duncan 805 overdrive as well. So it's kind of a mixture of real pedals and amp simulations. I'm not only doing that because I really like my Boss noise gate and my overdrive, but it also allows me to push the signal a bit more, push the gain on the interface a bit more, because with an overdrive you get slight compression, so the very high peaks of your guitar signal, they get cut off a bit or compressed. In case you don't know, the interface I'm using is my Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. The reason I like using TH3 is because it's, first of all, so easy to use. The sounds that you get with those amp simulations are very organic and natural sounding. I mean, it's unbelievable. You have a big choice of amps and cabs. You have a cab IR loader, and you even get some cab IRs already with the program. The effects are pretty good. Most of them are very good, especially reverb and delay. I use them all the time. You've got a very nice parametric EQ in Overloud that allows you to kind of pre-mix and pre-EQ the sound already, so you get an incredibly mix-friendly guitar sound. It's just such an easy workflow when you're working on music. Making good sounding demos is just a matter of minutes. Last but not least, it was quite affordable. I think the regular price for the full version is like over $300, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. I've got it in a promotion for 180 euros, which I think was a very fair price, and that's the only reason why I bought it. So yeah, I'd say let's get behind the computer and let's build our tone together that are used for this intro video song. Okay, so here we are in TH3. I have my Ibanez Prestige on my lap. The noise suppressor and the Seymour Duncan 805 are already engaged in front of my Focusrite. So this sound is already tightened up by the 805. Let's go ahead and build a metal tone. Let's start with the cabinet, shall we? So I'm quickly going to show you how I built the tone that I used for this demo song. I took the slow 12K cabinet with an American 57 microphone combined with a Brunetti Mercury Channel 2 amplifier. Let's hear how this sounds. It's very dry. So this amp doesn't have a lot of gain, which I really like because I like kind of dry yet aggressive tones. It's not too saturated for my taste. Let's turn up the gain. Sorry. Now, normally I wouldn't advise to go up that far with the gain on a real amplifier. But I mean, this is a simulation and there's nothing wrong with the sound. It's not too crushed by compression or something like that. So it's fine. A bit too bassy. And I've pushed the mids and the treble a bit. This amp has a boost knob, which kind of works like an additional overdrive in the amp. It gets much more chuggy. This sounds already pretty nice. Now, because there are no rules to building tones, what I did is put another overdrive in front of this. So I actually have two overdrives in my signal chain, my real overdrive and this simulation. So you get crushing, crunchy tones. Drive all the way down, level all the way up, just as always, and tone around 7 to give some high bite. Man, this is so good. It's like, it's really tight and chuggy, but it also sounds natural and still has those crisp highs, you know? Without any frequencies sticking out too much or being unnatural. However, yeah, we could leave it like this. And this is very nice to jam around. What I did is I created a mix ready, or let's say more mixing friendly preset. So I added an equalizer to this, the parametric EQ that I was talking about. What you can do here is, for example, use the high pass filter to get rid of the low rumbling frequencies that you don't need in a guitar track. Now, it's very subtle, but it's there. It's just removing frequencies that you don't need. When you do that with every instrument, you know, deleting frequencies that that instrument in particular doesn't need, such as bass frequencies on the guitar track, you are cleaning up the whole mix and it's getting much more clearer. Guitar tones in general tend to have a nasty frequency or some nasty frequencies in the higher mids. Now, because this is really nice, a really good simulation, it's not as dominant for this tone. However, we can still try and find if there's anything that we could take out a bit. Now this area between 2.2 and 2.3K, an area that I would lower the frequency a bit. Now again, be subtle. It doesn't need to be much. You can still add an equalizer, you know, after this in your mixing, but it's just to, you know, get the sound already a bit in the right direction before you even have to touch it afterwards. So this is basically my go-to guitar tone if I want to record a demo. When I'm noodling around, I like to add some delay and reverb, which I'm going to show you now. For example, the tape delay, which is really nice. And an awesome reverb, which is the deverb, which is absolutely fantastic to create big, roomy sounds. Now, as you can see, I'm turning down the color or the tone of the reverb, because in my opinion, I don't want bright reverbs. I don't know, let's check the difference. Okay, let's turn down the color. Now the reverb is just a layer underneath the actual guitar track, supporting it, you know, wrapping it in ambience. This is just something about preference. Very nice. Now, let me show you one more effect. That is the yes, GOP organizer. If I'm not mistaken, this mimics a POG octaver, and it's really awesome. Okay, now before I get carried away by this awesome sounding preset, that's it. That's my way to create a sound in Overloud. Of course, there are many more possibilities. Take this as a reference, but also use the possibilities that you have. You know, change the mics, change the cabs, and find what you like. Yeah, that's it for this pod. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content as always. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. That's it already for today. Make sure to comment what you want to see on this channel in the coming weeks and months. I am also planning on doing more tutorials, like mixing tutorials and all that good stuff. I've never felt really ready for it because I'm not the best producer, mixer the world has ever seen, but I kind of feel more confident now that my mixing and mastering skills are on a level that is actually, you know, presentable to other people and may even help other people. Yeah, that was a lot of talking for today, so I'd say I'd stop here. Thank you again, and hopefully I will see you next time.